Hello. So yesterday evening, there was a meeting of North Warwickshire Borough Council, an extraordinary meeting, where the primary business was to take steps to empower officers to make quick decisions to enable speed and rapidity of the construction of the new leisure centre in Atherstone. It followed on from the community and engagement meeting on Monday, where I made a couple of suggestions that ensured that transparency in governance and oversight was maintained as well. So that went through. But because there was an extraordinary general meeting, it enabled me to place an urgent question in relation to the news reports coming out of Warwickshire County Council's decision on local government reorganisation. Now, in relation to questions, is that so all agenda items have to be done well in advance. However, questions can be asked, and if there is an urgent question, it can be asked up till 10 o'clock on the day of the meeting, if it is deemed to be urgent and necessary by the Mayor. Very rare that this is done, but I sought to take advantage of this in placing 3 questions. Single point, but all relate to the same thing. Now, the issue with questions such as this, they have to relate to matters of fact rather than opinion. And the concerning thing was the report that I read the night before, which heralded and gave me motivation to ask the question, was on the BBC, which is an organisation actually I do have a lot of time for. But I think that this occasion, the way it was written fell down a little bit under the standards that you should expect from the Beeb. Because to me, it was written as if that Warwickshire have decided that there's going to be a single unitary authority, as opposed to their plan that they're going to submit is for that. It was almost like it was a done deal, like they're the ones who are agreeing to the plan and it's them that are given approval for it, and that's not the case. And that's very misleading for anyone who read it, and I felt that it was misleading. So you have to actually ask the questions, and the questions that I wanted to ask, there were threefold. The first one was, could the meeting be live streamed? We stopped live streaming our meetings a year ago, but I thought that can the meeting in relation to local government reorganisation, because we haven't had a journalist, as far as I'm aware, working in a professional capacity during any council meeting that I've attended. In actual fact, the reports that I do afterwards, I think are generally the only sort of like documentary report that comes out of said meetings. So I thought that, it should be live streamed so we can show transparency, so there can be ease and accuracy of reporting. I also asked whether there was any awareness of any of the county councillors within North Warwickshire had done any engagement with either members or officers in relation to LGR, because I'm not aware of that, either wearing my hat as Borough Council or as Chair of the Parish Council with our county councillor. And the third was, would we have a free vote? Or, well, obviously, would he be allowing the members of his group to have a free vote, and would he encourage all other group leaders? Now, I'm part of a group which is now the North Warwickshire Independent Representatives. We don't whip. We have a free vote on everything. We can vote whichever way we want to do it. We have our group membership to enable us to work together on certain things, and also to protect our committee placements so that we can better represent the people that we are. And the response to this meeting, to these responses, was, no, we're not going to live stream, but they are going to encourage greater press attendance. Fair enough. 2, that they weren't aware of any engagement from the ward councillors elsewhere. And 3, that there would be a free vote. So those are the 3 things that have gone through. So it'll be interesting to see how that progresses. It'll be interesting to see if there's any response. I've noted that this afternoon the Borough Council has issued a press release that includes the leader's response to question 2. Doesn't reference us. Some people can't help themselves in the party political game, but hey, it is what it is. We do our job of representing you to the best of our ability, and then go and see what's there. However, it seems incredibly likely that, well, we know now that the Warwickshire County Council submission to government is going to be for a single unitary authority. The submission from the districts, certainly 4 of them, North Warwickshire, Nuneaton and Bedworth, Warwick District and Stratford District, I like to go for 2. No one really knows what Rugby's planning on doing right now, what their proposal would be, their benefit, whether they have any preference one way or the other. But it's important to recognise that this isn't a matter of the district surviving or the county surviving. Neither survive. Is that the new bodies that will come into place will be new bodies delivering all services, and therefore I think that it's of critical importance in terms of North Warwickshire, in terms of our area, in terms of our village, that we're close to the levers of power. Is that this is where I get the question around, have any of the North Warwickshire County Councillors engaged locally? Because the feelings that I get expressed to me, I'm not going to say banging on the doorstep, but I've never seen anyone who said, do you know what? It's really, really good that our services are delivered from Warwick. We really feel like they really know our area. Said no one ever. And if you have a larger authority, I've worked for unitary. I think there's a great potential benefit in having unitary and having single bases for councils, but it's really important that they are bespoke. Yesterday I attended a meeting of it was an education conference in relation to Warwickshire, and there were lots of stats, and again they were broken down by district, and you could clearly see the demands were very, very separate between the north and the south of this borough and of this county. And it's not about splitting it up to make it weaker or together one it is stronger. The fact is I know, having worked in local government for God knows how many years, too bloody long, I've seen some good things and seen some bad things, but invariably when costs look to be saved, is that services become beige. It is magnolia. You get one service that fits the needs of everyone or doesn't meet the needs of anyone. And the fact is the ability to have local bespoke design services for particular areas, that just gets lost, because it's just doesn't happen. And so for all of the nice talking of having a large single authority and all the benefits of the economy of scale, services are not going to be designed with the residents of local areas in mind. It's going to be serving the majority, which you might think is fine. But the fact is that the majority here is not the same as the majority elsewhere and in those big urban areas. Our needs are very, very distinct and different. And having the ability of having local representatives making local decisions on behalf of local people is the fundamental basis of local democracy and service design. So that's why I'll be backing a 2 unitary solution. My actual preferred solution would be for 3. That we would work cross-border with Staffordshire, so that we'd have had a Mercian council that would have been us, Lichfield and Tamworth and Nuneaton and Bedworth. I think that would have delivered the size kind of quality and delivered the same kind of demographics. I don't know, I'm not sure it would have been the best solution, but I think it certainly should have been explored to a greater level. However, of the deals that's on the table, single council delivering every single service, working out of Warwick, not for us. Sorry. All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.